Hey guys, it's Ashley. This is my 36-week pregnancy update. It is like almost midnight. I'm super tired, so I'm sure I look that way too. I'm using my new video camera that I just got today. It's a JVC HD camera, and I love it so far from what I've figured out about it, but I'm still trying to kind of learn what it does and what it doesn't do. So, sorry I'm chewing gum. My heartburn medicine, it wasn't working quite as well, so chewing gum kind of helps with that. So, let's see. So I had my doctor's appointment on Wednesday, yesterday. And that was interesting. That was horrible. So I've got stories about that. The light is on this camera, and like I cannot see. It's like super bright. Hopefully it's not making me look like a ghost. But I have like these little spots going on when I'm trying to read this list. I have swelling in my feet, but my right foot is worse than than my left, and even my right leg's swelling, and it's kind of strange. The doctor, she didn't say much about it. She said we're just going to keep a close eye on it. So that's fine. I had down on the list that I was going to ask her when she started internals and when she was going to do the Group B strip, and come to find out it was yesterday. So I didn't have to ask that question, but the Group B strep test was not bad at all. I mean, you barely even feel it. That was nothing. The internal, different story. So, let's see. I asked her when I need to call the hospital or come into the hospital. And she said when these 3 things apply. My contractions are 10 minutes or less apart. They have been 10 minutes or less apart for 2 hours, at least 2 hours. And then the third thing is if they're strong enough to keep me, make me stop talking and walking, and stuff like that before, if they're that strong. Then she said those 3 rules will keep me from coming in when it's false labor, or hopefully, So I'll try to remember those. I asked her how long the hospital stay is, and she said after a natural birth it's 2 days, and a C-section it's 3. I asked her when my first appointment would be post-birth, and she said that it's for a natural birth it's 6 weeks, and if I have a C-section then I go in for an incision check after 2 weeks, and then the 6-week appointment. I found our pediatrician, and I've heard great things about her. Her name's Dr. Valentine, and so I called the office, and they said when I get to the hospital they'll ask who I want to use as the pediatrician. So, and then they will call her in, and after he's born, and she'll come in and look at him and set up his first appointment. So, we will do that. I asked her, I take Zantac 75, and sometimes 1 pill a day is not enough, so sometimes I need it twice a day, and I asked her if it was okay for me to take it twice a day, and she said that was fine. Let's see. My mom noticed that I dropped or have started to drop, and like last week I think she noticed that. But I've had like a super bad Braxton Hicks going on, like more than normal, and if I have 6 an hour I have to go to the hospital, and I've gotten up to 5 before, and it's like, oh God, it's just gotten really intense in the past week or so. And just tons of pressure and tons of pain down low. And I was telling the doctor and the nurse about it, and they were like, is it round ligament pain? And I said, no, it's, you know, pain down low. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Let's see. I still have those spots I can't see. So after she did the GBS test, she went ahead and did the internal. And she told me that I could expect spotting afterwards if, you know, that may happen. And, you know, quite a bit of cramping. Well, like when she did it, you know, it was uncomfortable. I mean, nobody likes to have that done, but it wasn't, you know, horrible pain or anything. But by the time, I would say, after that, I went to, a furniture store. And as I was sitting there trying to talk to this guy about the couch that I ended up buying yesterday, I could not sit there anymore, and I was such a grouch, and I was so mean, but I was cramping so badly, and I could tell that, you know, I had just stuff going on down there, and it was just horrible, and, I could barely walk, and it literally brought me to tears a few times yesterday, you know, to where I thought, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And I talked to a couple other girls about it, and they said that is what happened to them also. So that was not fun, and I'm still cramping today, and I've also lost, sorry for too much information, but I've been losing pieces of my mucus plug since yesterday, more of it because I think they knocked some of it loose or whatever. But I know it's not much progress, but at least I'm 50% effaced already. I do not have any dilation, but she did feel his head. He's head down, and she touched his head, so that was kind of neat. So that was that. Today I went to the eye doctor to get my prescription, and I haven't worn contacts, I would say, in almost a year. And it was because, like, I had kind of misused them and scratched my cornea, and I just kind of gave up after that and just wore my glasses all the time. And whenever I went in, he was looking at them, and I have always had the same prescription in the left and right eye. It's never been different. And it was taking a little longer than usual, and I was like, have they changed? And he's like, yeah. He said, your left eye has gotten better, and your right eye has gotten worse. So my prescription changed, so now I have two different prescriptions for my eyes. And he was like, well, how long has it been since you wore contacts? And I said, oh, about a year. And he said, oh, well, you mean like more than, you know. I was like, yeah, a year. And he goes, okay, well, right now is not the time to start. He said the right cornea is so soft that it could cause abrasions, and it's soft because of pregnancy and the hormones. And I didn't realize that pregnancy could change your vision also, but he said that after the baby's born it could go back. So we will just have to see. So I'm not allowed to wear contacts, which is fine because I haven't worn them in forever. But he said, you know, after, I think 6 to 8 weeks after Grant gets here, that I have to go back and get my eyes checked again to see if they have went back to where they were or changed, or if they're, you know, the same or whatever. So I'll have to go back and do that. But I was just shocked that, you know, that your eyes can change that way too. So, okay, I'm at 9:16.